Hey guys, today let's take a look at my first look at the 2015 Dell XPS 13. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. So here's the box for the XPS 13. Nothing fancy like you'd find on a Apple product, but still it's pretty decent, I guess. Just some cardboard, but let's see what there is around the box. So on the front and the back, you've got Dell branding, and on the left side you've got some information that you don't need to see. Now on the right of the box you've got your specs, and you're looking at this and you're asking, why didn't you get the high-end touchscreen version? Well, I didn't need that right now, so I just got the top-end non-touch version. I'll tell you the specs later, but here are the specs right now if you want to see them. So without any further time to waste, let's crack it open. So after we cut the tape, you take this tab out, which took a little bit of work, not too much, but a little bit more than I expected. And we just pull it out like so. Lay it on flat, I guess, and pull this out. And there is the box. Now let me get the other stuff out of here before we begin. So after taking out all the useless cardboard and boxes and other stuff, this is what we're left with: the box and the power cable, I believe. And indeed it is. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? So coming up first, you've got the charger or the battery pack, and this is, the cable's pretty long by the looks of it. I'm not gonna extend it all the way right now, but here is your charging port. And this is where you plug in either an extension cable or this. And this is the adapter. Depending where you are, you'll get different adapters. This is the US plug, so we just plug it in like so. And there you go. Now this is also Dell branded, so it's pretty neat, pretty cool, pretty simple. Now we were talking about extension cable. Well, it comes with one, so you can plug it in from another few feet away. So it's a pretty good addition, and I'm glad it came with it. So let's take a look at the main product and see what is in that black box. So without any further time to waste, let's lift the lid, see what's inside. And there you go. There is the Dell XPS 13. Now the cover of the box is lined in foam, so it won't get damaged during shipping. So let's see what's inside of this box. Now there is a tiny black tab here, which I'm gonna try and lift it up. There we go. So here is the Dell XPS 13 out of the box. Now we are going to put it to the side for just a little bit, and we'll see what else comes in this box. So in the box you get a quick start guide for getting started quickly. Now as you see, a lot of steps. I don't see how that's too quick, but okay. Next you've got your warranty, safety, and regulatory information. We don't care about that. And lastly, we've got accessories by the look of it, or keyboard shortcuts, I'm not too sure, but we're never gonna read any of this literature, so let's just put this back in the box and let's get our attention back onto the laptop. So before we begin exploring the laptop, let's take the plastic off. Silence. There you go. There is the Dell XPS 13, and yes, that is real aluminum. Now, first impressions on the Dell XPS 13. Now, it looked like it was an 11-inch computer, but we'll see why it looks like an 11-inch computer in just a moment. But first, let's see what is around the XPS 13. Now on the left side of the computer, you've got your charging port, your mini display port. No HDMI on here sadly, but you can get an adapter for it. USB 3.0 slot, headphone port, and this is your battery charge switch. So you just press on it. You see we've got full battery, I believe. Now on the right hand side, you've got an SD card slot, thankfully, your second USB 3 port, and a security lock, which I won't be using. So without any further time to waste, let's lift the lid on this for the first time. Wow, this is pretty good looking. Now when I said it looked like an 11-inch computer, well, it is because the XPS 13 barely has any bezels. Now as you see, there's not much bezel, and it is not a glossy screen because this is not the touchscreen variant. The touchscreen variant most likely has a glossy touchscreen, and the palm rest here for you to type, it is pretty grippy with a soft touch material. Now the keyboard isn't anything special, it's just a normal laptop keyboard. So without further ado, let's boot her up for the first time. Now the specs on top of my head, we have the 128 gig SSD with 4 gigs of RAM and the Intel 5200 processor, but here are the rest of the specs if you're curious, right there. And in the meantime, we're gonna wait for it to boot up. And as you see, there's a backlit keyboard right here, but pretty cool. And there you go, it is booted up, and that was pretty fast. So I'll be back in a quick moment after I'm done setting up the computer. Now, first impressions, the display on this looks amazing, even though it is not the QHD Plus display you'd find on the touch versions. Now, the non-touch versions come with a matte 1920 by 1080p display, and it is still pretty crisp and clear, and picture quality looks pretty good with the stock image here. Now the touchscreen versions get an insane 3200 by 1800 display, and that is again insane, and I'm pretty sure it will look probably 2 times, maybe 3 times better than what you'd get on the non-touch versions. Now the touchscreen versions will also have 8 gigs of RAM and upwards of 256 gigs of SSD storage. Now it is very lightweight. I'm not too sure how much it weighs on the spot, but man, it is really lightweight, and I can carry it wherever I want, and it is pretty portable as well. So here's a closer look at the 1080p panel on the Dell XPS 13. Now the display looks really gorgeous, even for the 1080p model in person, but on the camera that doesn't look as good as if it were in person. Now the sacrifice you make when buying a computer with ultra thin bezels is that you lose a webcam. There's no webcam up here, there's no webcam down there, and that means if you want to use Skype and video chat, you are screwed. So you're gonna have to buy an external webcam from elsewhere. So guys, that has been it. That is my unboxing of the 2015 Dell XPS 13. Now, if you enjoyed it and you want more unboxings, please like the video up so I will know to make more unboxing videos like this. And if you want more tech content, some car content maybe, and some gaming sometime soon, please subscribe down below for more of that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.